It's a reaction to the left's cancel culture. Remember, the left started this cancel culture. You're a bigot, therefore we won't platform you.
Yeah.
They, of course, did it very differently, right? The left in India has its own problems because if you were a lefty, they would promote any mediocrity, any F-grader, any third-rater. So what's happened is that all you need to do to become a serious public intellectual in India is talk left-wing garbage. And you can be absolute rubbish and you'll become a public intellectual. You'll be labelled a public.
Be in Khan Market, wear raw mango cotton saris, wear Kolhapuri chappal, carry a jhola, and have at least 3 books from Bhari Sons in your left arm and a jhola in your right arm. I'm talking about the women. And as far as the men, Fab India kurta, I'm just talking superficially, Fab India kurta and a Khadi Gramodyog Nehru jacket. And a slightly crumpled, disheveled look about you, and sit in Triveni and sip tea from Mitti Ka Khullar Ka wo thing. And you've given the impression that you are a left liberal. Now comes the spouting. Now you tell me, what is the spouting of the left liberal?
Now comes the spouting, where you can spout any kind of rubbish, and as long as it suits their agenda, they'll crown you an intellectual. But they're paying a very heavy price for it, which they don't realize.
What is
They've been wiped out from power. You look today, before, say the Congress, let's assume for this particular argument, the Congress is left and the BJP is right. Right? If this was the spectrum, the center was here, the BJP occupied here, the Congress was here, and the left parties were here. Today, the median has shifted so much that the left space is only this much. The Congress is competing. They're cannibalizing CPI, CPIM votes. This is the space. The BJP, by moving left, nobody is there to outflank it on the right.
But on that left that you're showing, that spectrum, is also clawing at that left is that Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party.
Yes.
But it didn't work for him.
But Kejriwal, see, the thing is, Kejriwal is an opportunist, which I'm perfectly fine with. I say this as a compliment. I don't mean it as an insult. I would much rather have somebody like Kejriwal who's willing to toy around with the right and play the right game than an ideological left. And so what you've had is diminishing returns on the left. You tell me one
What about
left-wing...
Mamata? Does she come in that small spectrum of left?
She comes in a
Centrist.
regional identity.
Okay.
It's not a economic identity out there.
She got rid of the left and she came in.
She out-lefted the left.
She out-lefted the left, isn't it? She didn't become centrist or right. No, she just... Yeah, that's it, with a different name. So you basically have a left party with a different name there.
Basically. She was the left wing of the Congress party anyway.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
So what happens with the left in India is they are never going to get political power again for at least another 15, 20 years, as far as I can tell. Be it monarchs in Europe or be it communists in the USSR. They used to dole out money liberally to the arts, to literature, to academia, to write their hagiographies.
Okay.
Right? King John was actually bad King John of Robin Hood fame was actually a very good king. And good King Richard was actually a very bad king. And yet history will teach you that John was the villain and Richard was the hero.
Okay.
Whereas all the economic records and all the other records will show you that was actually not the case. King John was actually fighting for the rights of the people, and the barons took away the Magna Carta was actually a kind of re-enslavement of the people in a sense.
But Abhijit, you've had Dr. Manmohan Singh, you've had Narasimha Rao. They are highly educated people.
They're highly educated people. But remember, there was already an ecosystem in place.
And they were considered...
for giving you validation. And it's not just semi-literate people who require validation. Everybody requires validation. I'm unique. I only seek validation from my dogs and my cats. I don't seek human validation. That's
But left wing, they validate each other. Even if they don't agree with each other, they validate, right?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, when we talk about authors in the left wing, you can, if you have Arundhati Roy, extreme left, Gandhian with guns and all that, and Pratap Bhanu Mehta, who wasn't considered left, he was considered right at one point of time, shifted and made, because, at some point of time, there were these right-wing authors, columnists, writers, journalists who disliked Modi, so they become left wing.
Right.
They jumped ship. And Pratap Bhanu Mehta, I'm sorry, but I feel that that's what happened with him.
So you hit the nail on the head. There is no left wing and right wing in India. There is the gravy train wing and there is the Anath wing.
Okay, explain this now.
Okay, what you call the left wing in India is actually highly privileged pricks who all come from very privileged families who essentially create I'm sorry to use this word, but a circle jerk of each other, providing validation. Oh, this is the new upcoming scholar of India. He or she is the ultimate last word on this. It is the gravy train wing. They've been brought up on state largesse. They have been brought up, which every king historically has done. The Choras did it, the Pandyas did it, the Pallavas did it, the Mughals did it, that you get poets and things like that to write hoshanas about you. You get authors to write what a great king. Prithvi Raja Raso, after all, was composed by somebody for someone. The Shahnameh was composed for someone by giving money to the author, right? So
everything, even Shakespeare was like that.
Everything.
Yes, yeah.
This government does not provide a gravy train.
You're supposed to do everything in Desh Hit.
Desh
Rashtra Hit.
So this is that Swayam Sevak mentality, right?
So the right wing does